Hi, welcome to this tutorial. This is Teacher Aya. In this session, we're going to cover a full lesson on simplifying algebraic fractions. So I hope you stay with me to the end because I will start with some easy ones and then I will do some more complicated ones towards the end. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. Press the button on the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Let's start the session. So this is the first question. Then we are asked to simplify these algebraic fractions. The trick is you want to factorize as much as you can and then cancel out whatever that can cancel. So we start with this simple one here. Well, we can see the top 3 is common, so we're going to factorize and have 3 outside, so that's x inside plus 3 times 2 is 6, so I will have a 2 inside. Divide by 3x squared. Now I can see 3 and 3 can cancel out, so there's 1 of each, and then this will give me x plus 2 divide by x squared. Do not make a mistake by writing 2 over x. That will be wrong. So now for question 2, then we're asked to simplify these algebraic fractions. Again, we want to factorize as much as we can and then cancel out whatever that we can cancel. First of all, we look at the numerator and see I've got 2 terms here. What is common between the numbers? So start to look at the numbers first. I've got 4 and 8. The highest common factor between 4 and 8 is 4. So I'm going to write 4 first. Then I'm going to look at the letters. So I've got a and a squared. What is common there? Well, I can't have a squared in a, so the only common is a. So that is going to be outside of my bracket. And then I have b here, but I don't have b on this term. So b is not common and it's not going to be outside of my bracket. So now I can open my bracket and say, okay, I have 4ab here and I have 4a. What do I need to do in order to get 4ab? Well, I need to multiply 4a times b. So that goes in here. And then I have my plus here. So plus goes in here. And then I've got 4a outside. Well, I need to get an 8 to start with. So that means I need to multiply 4 by 2. So I have 2. And then I have a squared. I have a here. So I need another a. And then I will close my bracket. Everything divided by 12a. Now you can see you got things that you can cancel out. Well, there is 1 4 here and there are 3 4s in 12. And then a's can cancel and a can cancel. There's 1 of each. So this means my last answer is b plus 2a divide by 3. Right, here is more of a complicated one. Not that difficult. It just has a quadratic expression. Similarly, we need to factorize. So let's start with the numerator. We look at the numbers. What is common? I've got 4 and 20. The highest common factor of those two numbers is 4. So 4 goes outside. Now I have x on this term, but no x here. So x is not common. That is not going outside of my bracket. So now I can open the bracket. I need x to make 4x and I already have 4. That means I need x here minus, because I have minus here. Now what do I need to multiply 4 with to get 20? Well, I need to multiply 4 with 5 in order to get 20. So that is what is going in my bracket. So now here we have the quadratic expression. You need to factorize that as well. Well, we need double brackets to start with. I have x squared here. So I need x there and x here. Now you look at 40 and say which two numbers that you multiply to get 40, but when you add or subtract will give you negative 13. So I can think of two numbers. 5 times 8 will give me 40, and if I add two negative numbers of those, that will give me negative 13, and negative 5 times negative 8 will give me positive 40. So what goes in here is x minus 8 and x minus 5. So now you can see I have a common bracket which I can now cancel out. So this bracket and this bracket will cancel out. So my last answer then is going to be 4 over x minus 8. So normally one of the bracket will give you a hint of what could be in the next factorization. You could see here we had x minus 5. That one gives you a hint that maybe one of these brackets is going to be x minus 5. Now I have quadratic expressions for numerator as well as the denominator. What do I need to do? Well, we need to factorize. What do we do? What do you recognize here? I have a square number here, which is x squared, and I have a square number here, which is 16. So x squared minus 16, what comes in mind? Well, if you remember, if we have x squared minus y squared, this will give you x plus y, and in the other, x minus y. We call this the difference of two squares. So how can we write this expression here like this? Well, 16 is actually 4 squared. So I can write that as x squared minus 4 squared. So I'm just going to do that right now. X squared minus 4 squared. So I'm just rewriting and nothing more. I can now try to factorize this one here. So that is a quadratic expression. I have a 20 here, and I have, what number do I have there? It's not 0. There is a 1 there. We don't write it, but there's a 1. Two numbers that multiply to make 20, but when you add or subtract will give you negative 1. Well, 20, that one is simple really, because it's just 4 times 5. Now I need a negative 1. So what will go inside my bracket? Well, x there and x there. I need a negative number, so this needs to be plus, and the bigger number has to be the negative. So now I can have x minus 5 and x plus 4 inside my bracket. So I'll go ahead and put this expression here in the bracket. I'm going to factorize the numerator. You know, this is just that. You should really just know that rule, the difference of two squares. So that's going to be x plus 4, x minus 4, divide by x minus 5, and x plus 4. Now then, what do you think? Well, I have a common bracket, x plus 4, that I can cancel out. So I'm going to cancel out this and this. So my final answer then is going to be x minus 4 divided by x minus 5. And that's the solution to this algebraic fraction. So now we're going to add two algebraic fractions. What do we need to do? When we add fractions or subtract fractions, what needs to happen? Well, the denominator must be the same. At the moment, I have 4 here and 5 over here. How can I make them the same? Well, you try to find the lowest common multiple of 4 and 5, and that is 20. So that means I need to multiply this by 5. Don't forget to balance it. So I need to do the same to the numerator. I need to multiply 5 by 4 to get a 20. So that's 5 times 4. Don't forget to balance. So that gives me times 4 there as well. So now what do I have? 3 times 5 is 15. So it's 15. And then I have the x over 20. I have my plus there. So plus 2 times 4 is 8. Then I have my x. So it's 8x over 20. Now then, I can add the two numbers because the denominator is the same. So 15x plus 8x, that is 23x. So 23x over 20. This can't be simplified any further, so this is your final answer. So now to this question, we're going to subtract two algebraic fractions. Again, what needs to be the same? Yes, you're right, the denominator. We have 3x here and just x over here. What do we need to do to make them the same? Well, if I just multiply x times 3, then that will be the same. So I'm going to do times 3 here. What do we need to do? Balance. So 7 times 3 here as well. So this will give me 25 over 3x minus 7 times 3 is 21 over, now I have x times 3, which is 3x. I can now subtract the two fractions because they have the same denominator. Right, so 25 take away 21 is just a 4 over 3x, and this can't be simplified anymore, and this is now your final answer. Right then, so it is now getting more interesting slowly. All right, so what do I have here? 8 and 9. They need to be the same denominator. What do I need to do? What's the lowest common multiple of 8 and 9? You need to learn your timetables if you don't know it. Well, it's 72. So that means I need to multiply this by 9 and this one by 8. Don't forget to balance. So I need to multiply this whole thing here times 9. And I need to multiply this by 8. So now I can go ahead and expand this at the same time. So 9 times x is 9x. And then 9 times 4 is 36. So I have plus there. So that is plus 36 over 72. And then I have my minus. 8 times x is 8x. And then minus 7 times 8 is 56. So that's minus 56 over 72. So now I have the same denominator. I can subtract. 9x take away 8x is just x. So 36 minus negative 56. Negative and negative become positive. So I have positive here. 36 add 56. It is 92. Everything divide by 72. So this can't be simplified anymore, and that is your final answer. Now to this question. Now please feel free to pause the video at any time, have a go, and then come back and check the answer. So now we have this where we have the denominator as some sort of expression, x minus 4 here and x plus 3. What do we need to do? We need to do the same. The denominator must be the same. So what you need to do is multiply this side by x minus 4 and multiply this side here by x plus 3. So you have 6, and then this side needs to be multiplied by x minus 4. So x minus 4. I need to do the same here. So that's x plus 3 and then x minus 4. Then I have my plus and then I have my 8. So this side needs to be multiplied by x plus 3. So that's what is going over here, x plus 3. And then I have now the same, x plus 3 times x minus 4. So now the denominator is the same. I can now simplify. So first I'm going to expand what I have here. So 6 times x is 6x times 6 times negative 4. So that is negative 24 over x plus 3 x minus 4 plus I need to expand this side too. So 8 times x is 8x. 8 times 3 is 24. So that's plus 24. Everything divided by x plus 3 times x minus 4. So now all I have to do then is add or subtract the numerator. I have 6x plus 8x. That will make 14x. So I have 14x. And then I have negative 24 plus 24. That will become 0 because it will be minus 24 plus 24. And then I have the rest of it, which is x plus 3 and x minus 4. So this is now your final answer. So we're now going to simplify the algebraic fractions when you divide. So I've got 11 over 9x squared y divided by 77y over 15x. So what do you normally do when you divide fractions? Keep the fraction on the left. Keep, change, and flip. So we keep the fraction on the left. So that is going to be 11 over 9x squared y. I've kept keep, change to multiplication, and flip. Keep, change, and flip. So now I need to flip the fraction on the right, which is now going to be 77y over here. Right, so now you can see if you can cancel anything out. Before you multiply, you can cancel out. So you don't need to do 11 times 15 first. So now I can see 1177. I can simplify that. There is 1 11. There are 7 11 here. I can also simplify 9 and 15. There is a common factor, which is 3. So how many 3's are in 9? 3. How many 3's are in 15? 5. I also have 1x here and I have 2x here. So this x will go and this x will just become 1. So now I have 1 times 5, which is just 5 for my numerator. Then I have 3xy times 7y. So first the numbers, 3 times 7 is 21. And then I have x, and then I have y times y. So that is going to give me y squared. And this can't be simplified any further. That means this is your final answer. Right, and now for this then, again, we need to see if we can factorize and then cancel out anything that we can cancel. So the first part can't be really simplified. It's x plus 4 at the moment, and then x minus 3 here. And then times, I can see I can simplify this part. 3 and 9, 3 is common. So I will take 3 out and then I have x and then minus 3 here. That will give me 3x minus 9. And then the denominator, 5 and 20. 5 is common. So I can take the 5 out and have it here. And I have x inside plus 5 times 4 is 20. So I'll have a 4 here. Well, now I can see I can do quite a bit of cancellation actually. Because I'm multiplying throughout, I can cancel this bracket, there's one of them, and then this bracket, there's one of them. Similarly, this can cancel out, there's one of them, and this can cancel out. So my final answer is simple 3/5. This can't be simplified anymore, so that is my final answer. So now for this, it looks all complicated, but literally it's not complicated. You just have to deal with one part at a time. It is a fraction, it is a division. We need to keep the left, we need to change the sign, and then we need to flip the fraction on the right. So let's do that. At the same time, we need to start factorizing. So x squared minus 4 here. We did one earlier on. The square number take away a square number. So we can use the difference of 2 squared. So that means I can write the top one as x plus, how can I write that one? Is 2 squared. So in my bracket, it's going to be x plus 2 and then x minus 2. So I have factorized the top part only. And now for this one, what do I need to do? Well, I've got 32. Two numbers that you multiply to get 32, but when you add or subtract, they will give you a 4. Should we try with 8? 8 times 4. If I do 8 take away 4, that will give me 4. So my two numbers that need to go in my bracket will be x here and x there. And then I have plus 8 and then minus 4. So this would 8 take away 4 would give me the plus 4, and 8 times the negative 4 would give me negative 32. So I'm now going to flip, change and flip. So I'm going to put this. That means this one is going to be at the top. So as my numerator is going to be this one. So 5x plus 40. What's the common between 5 and 40? Well, it is 5. So 5 goes outside, and then I have x here, and then I have plus 8, because 5 times 8 is 40. And this now goes in as the denominator for this one. Right, and now for this expression here, which is quadratic expression, I need to find two numbers that multiply to make 6. And add or subtract to get negative 5. So first of all, two brackets as usual. So x here and x there. Now I have negative and I have 6 here. So I've got a 6, right? I can do 1 times 6 and I can do 3 times 2. Let's see which one will work. So I've got 1 times 6. I need negative 5. So if I make this negative and this positive, that will give me negative 5. So this is positive. But if I do positive 1 times negative 6, I won't get plus 6. I will get negative 6. So this one is the wrong one. Now let's try 3 and 2. I need to get negative 5. So that means this needs to be negative and that one is negative. That's the only way I can get a negative 5. Now if I do negative 3 times negative 2, that will give me positive 6. So what goes in here is x take away 3 and x take away 2. So now you're done with all your factorizing, you need to check which brackets or what can cancel. Well, I can see x minus 2 and x minus 2 can cancel. And then what else do I have? Well, I have x plus 8 and x plus 8 here. So I've now got x plus 2 and 5 over here, and then I've got x minus 3 and x minus 4 here. Nothing is going to cancel there. So my final answer is 5 and then x plus 2. And over here I have x minus 3 and x minus 4. So this and this one. Right, this is now your final answer, and this can't be simplified anymore. So this is now the end of simplifying algebraic fractions. Thank you very much for visiting. Please remember to like and subscribe. Bye for now.